Hi everyone, welcome back to Level Up Land 2, and I am currently on what I'm calling the push, just going to base 23, fighting a bunch of stuff, and that's it really, just trying to get my stats up. Yeah. So, let's go and continue that. I think I can do 2 warp cycles per session, but not exactly not timed perfectly, so one of them has to be cut short just for the way that I'm recording these. Can I kill that leprechaun? No. Close though. I suppose, since I'm not going to be doing anything but trading, I could use this time to have a bit of a ramble or just talk about stuff. But I don't like to talk about things that would date it or, you know, signify that it's part of the times or whatever. And I'd like to keep things relevant if I can, keep them somewhat themed on Level Up Land, the world of Level Up Land. Leprechaun, let's have a look at this. We kill the leprechaun. Yeah, Warren gains like, oh, Whitney couldn't one-shot the octopus, so Warren gains like 100 health from that leprechaun. Monolith dies in 2 hits. Right, let's see how we do. So what I might do, I might just have like a look-see between not every single warp cycle, but what I'll do is I'll run my chronometers down to a low number, then I'll step outside, set up my spells, and then do an ascend. See how far I can get Pandemonium down by. Or I might just not bother. I might just save time and not bother, because I know I'm still a ways off. I think I might wait until I've hit a particular milestone, like say if I can get Whitney to 15,000 health at the end of a warp cycle, I might try then. But until then, it's just mass slaughter of whatever lives inside this windy corridor. Ooh. Yeah, my enhancers are lined up now, as in they're both in the second option of the menu. Yeah, I don't like talking about, like I said, I don't like talking about timely things, but I will say this as it relates to my current attitude in playing this game at the moment. It's freaking hot right now. It's 31.5 degrees in my room. I was thinking, you know, it actually hasn't gotten hot yet for this year, but it is starting to get there now. In Fahrenheit, that's 88.7, according to my little thingy. Listen, can you hear this? Yeah, that's me pressing the button on my alarm thing. Anyway, I'm so not concentrating. There's an enhance there I didn't use. Well, 2 enhancers I didn't use. Ah, very weak in a demon. The dice were against me. I should just not bother with Quicken. See, I saw it light up then, I thought, ooh, Quicken, and I'm like, oh no. Must resist. So yeah, I'm just... I suppose you could say I'm chilling, but not really because I'm hot. Actually, 1 second. I'll be right back. Right, I'm back. So, here's the deal, right? I really don't like... I don't like the whole breaking the fourth wall thing. I don't like... Well, I mean, what I mean is, in this context, there's certain things that when it comes to, like I was saying before, I want to try to make sure that all of my, like when I say things, it's relevant to the game in some form or other. And, for example, I don't want to bog these videos down by me talking about something that's like inane or timely, like, oh, yesterday I bought this game and it's really good, and you know, oh, this thing happened, so and so and so. Because I think those sort of like date it, right? But to give you a bit behind the scenes, this series, I've got the episodes lined up, like to release on a certain schedule. So by the time this goes live and you're watching this, it is so far past the actual recording date. Like I think this one, for example, is maybe a year in advance because of just how spaced they are. So, and oh, enhance on a Hydra and a Sphinx. So, oh, hold on. Nah, I thought I could get 2 enhancers, that would have been nice. God, you know, if enhanced stacked multiplicatively, it would have been so powerful. I could have done that, you know. I could have had enhanced stack multiplicatively and made it so that the chance of working was a lot lower. So that sort of mirrors how enhanced works in the first game, where the more you have, the more powerful they are. I could have done that, but I had them stack additively. That's alright. Yeah, so what I was saying was that so like I don't like dating it. Like ideally it's irrelevant when I'm recording this episode, because you know, if you're watching this in 10 years from now, well 10 years from like the day I'm recording, then what I'm saying should still be as relevant, because it should be what I'm saying should be based on what you're seeing in front of you, and what you're seeing in front of you doesn't change, it's timeless. But at the same time, it's like, oh, I'm supposed to ignore Quicken. I'll do a good job of that. Yeah. So I try to avoid things that are just saying like, oh yeah, this thing happened to me the other day, this is the thing, because then eventually it becomes irrelevant. Of course it's unavoidable, because it's going to get to the point where I'll say something and then it's like, okay, it's obvious that this was recorded on such and such, like at least so long ago, because the references. Like if I start talking about like, oh yeah, there was this game that came out on the PS2, blah blah blah, then that at least tells you that it was past the PS2. I mean, obviously, but you get what I'm saying. So, yeah, but I will say, just because it's sort of, it's one of those, just because it's one of those things where it's sort of like, it's current news, it doesn't, oh hold on, let's have a look at Bubble. Tiny. Yeah, it doesn't really affect anything, because it's, you know, the thing I'm about to say is relative to like this particular time of year and all that sort of stuff, and it's, I'm rambling, I know I'm rambling, but it does sort of affect the game in the sense that it's affecting my state of mind as I'm playing this, and I am actually zoning out. Of course I am zoning out because I'm just grinding at this point against enemies that are easy for me. That's just going to happen. But I also want to call your attention to the fact that I'm zoning out because it's hot. It's actually, so I'm going to date this, it's actually the middle of May 2022 as I'm recording this, so there's a date for you, and it's hot. Although, you know, climate change and all that, I might look back at this and I'll be thinking, I thought 30 degrees was hot. I mean, granted, the thing is though, is that my room just gets so hot that I am sort of like adapted to it, but still, it is hot. And that little break I took just a moment ago, I went to get a, I felt that you might be able to hear it scrunching a bit there. I don't know if you can hear that, but I filled a bag with like cold water. It's sort of like a Ziploc bag inside another Ziploc bag, inside another Ziploc bag, but the outer one is like a bigger bag, and it's like a push seal thing, I don't know what you call it, but yeah, it's like the summer version of a hot water bottle of sorts. I'm just holding that to keep me cool a bit as fighting these enemies. I didn't ignore Quicken. I made the mistake. It happened to work in my favour. And oh, would you look at Whitney? Look at her health. It's actually below the halfway mark. If I wanted to, I could walk more often, because then by doing that I'll get more spells, because I'll be able to delete all the chuff that's clogging up my inventory. I'll be able to delete it faster, but then I'll have to travel back up here again, and I'm not going to be dealing with that. So yeah, I've officially broken my rule and dated the video. And see, I'm not concentrating. I used Quicken again when I wasn't supposed to. Oh, Yeti, you've almost wiped out that alien. Oh, Endros. Come on now, Endros. We can't believe you're still using Endros. Oh. But yeah, also, again, to sort of break the fourth wall of sorts, this is episode 40. So yeah, let's have a look at my time and see how long I've been playing this game for now. Ah, both failed. What did 44 damage to that thing? Oh, was that the Berserker? Maybe he did it to himself. But yeah, this has been a very rambly episode where I've broken my main rules. It's alright, it's whatever. Oh, nice enhance on a Hydra. How far into this warp cycle am I? Let's have a look. Approaching halfway. So yeah, I'm 42 hours into this game. But yeah, the more I train up, the faster these battles are going to go as well, because I'll be able to just do fewer hits and kill them. So, yeah. It's not like a game where where you fight, you do like loads of grinding in one area and the enemies you can just kill in one hit anyway. It's not like that. You still see improvements, still see gradual improvements as time goes on. And man, this bag of water is so nice. I mean, I can imagine, if you're watching this in winter, right, and I'm here talking about like a cold bag of water that's keeping my hands cool. It's good that I don't really have to focus too much on the battles as well, because I can just sort of sit and like chill with this bag, this bag of water. I suppose I could talk about like sort of the background behind this game and talk about how it compares to the progress that I made with Level Band 1, because I think oh nice Level Up Land, the first game, that was based off ideas I'd had going for a while. And I think, I don't know, like I mentioned before how like the ideas for Level Land 2 was sort of just like an amalgamation of ideas that came together in its own way. so I did have this idea of a big like outer world with lots of like underground bases. Had that idea for a while. I had this idea of like there being a fog outside, and I also had the idea of the final boss just being like this looming presence that was outside. So like the original idea was that it would be something that you would come across, but this idea that I had, it wasn't really like, oh, this is what I'm going to do for Level Up Land 2. It was just, you know, natural, because I do just have natural like game ideas floating in my brain because I'm just that way inclined. So yeah, that's what happened. So that eventually became this. Obviously, with the final boss, it wasn't just something you could encounter, you could just run into. It's something that, well, you can fight once you unlock it at any time once you're outside. But I had like this particular character setup, like with the angelic and demonic spells. I also had that idea going for a while. I had it where, like in my mind, originally the angelic spells were like a white star and the demonic ones were like a black star. But then I changed it to these icons, which I think works better. I had the idea of like these enemies that you counter, like you fight in a row. I've gone through this before, haven't I? You know, you fight the enemies in a row. Oh wow, poison killed it in 2 hits. But yeah, I'm halfway through this warp cycle, and Warren's at 16,748 health. Oh, nice working enhanced there. We have another one, please. No. No. Yeah, but originally the idea was set up so that your character was like in a row. So you had like one character fighting, and then when they died, the next character took their place. But yeah, this is just like an idea floating in my mind. So you'd have like a long row of characters, and whoever's at the front, they could like act out. Whoever's at the front and alive, they could act out and do things, where everyone else had to just stand there and wait. But you could. One of the abilities was that you could swap the front two. You could like swap them round. I eventually did that whole thing with the enemies, so that, you know, you fight them in an order, but not with your characters. Your characters are just where they are, which I like that. I had all sorts of ideas of like how to like get the spells and everything. Like one of the ideas I had was that every character eventually could get 1 copy of every spell, and you sort of spent like why did I do that? You spent a resource to like have a chance of adding enchantments to it, and the more enchantments you had, the less chance you had of adding one. And under that system, I also had the design that you would oh, I thought that was like 20,000 then, but it was just the numbers overlapping each other. You would... What was I saying? See, I'm zoning out. What was I talking about? Yeah, getting spells. You would unlock the ability to make spells. Well, that was like a different stage of the idea, where I was thinking, because I go through these phases where it's like I've got this idea for a game, and then I sort of just have like these ideas in my head, and then I can just ruminate back and forth like, oh well, the problem with this idea is that it implies that like when you unlock one spell, it does this, but if you have a chance to have a random event before a save point, you can cheese it by doing this. It's like I run this constant balancing act of game design in my head, and I often run into all these issues where it's like I can't really describe it in words, but I know it in my mind. Anyway, Whitney's back up over the 10k now, and Warren is slowly approaching the 20k. Da, da. But yeah, one of the ideas I had was that bank spells was like a resource that you got, and then when you got it, when you got to the helipad again, you could, or when you walked rather, you then cashed them in, and you could choose which spell you wanted to get. But then the problem was, like, well, some spells are obviously better than others, so you're always going to pick the lower spells. And I had to make it so that you couldn't save if you had bank spells yet to claim, but also the spells that you had access to was dependent on other things. So say for example Step Mine unlocked once you've taken so many steps, or you know, like Pyroblast unlocked when you killed so many wind enemies, you know, something like that. I had like these ideas for like things that made them unlock. Then it'd be like, well, I don't want to warp in case, because then I'll get the bank spells that I can't utilise because I haven't unlocked the spell. But if I just waited a bit more, it gets really messy when you think about all these things. But yeah, 18,226 for Warren. So yeah, he's still getting like 50 by the looks of it, roughly, per kill. And that number is going down. Yeah, about 50. So he's getting like 150 per battle, still, at this point. So the diminishing returns... There are diminishing returns, but... how diminishing? Not particularly. This is very much a game where you can't... I think of RPGs in terms of how much you can control sort of like the distribution of things. So like you'll have some RPGs, right, where someone will play and they'll have one character like level 99 and like another character level 1. And it's like, well, how did you do that? Like, oh, well, I killed off the level 1 character. And I worked towards that. I worked towards this thing, and I did this and I did that. But then, you've got other ones where it's sort of like, if you want to have such a weird distribution, or weird, like, line of stats like that, you have to really, really focus on it. And even still, it's very difficult. Like, you can't, I mean, in theory, right, you could have, in this game, a Warren, you could have like tons of experience placed on Warren and not much placed on Whitney or Blake, so Warren would be like super powerful and the other two would be a lot weaker. Now the way that you would do that is you would have it so that you have enchantments, you have 11, which is the max amount, you could have 11 body boosts, but no soul boosts and no mind boosts, and then just train up. But the thing is though, is that one, that's super hard. Like, you're not going to be able to get 11 spells, and even still you've got to fight to get them. With that particular one enchantment, but not the others. And there has to be ones that are legible for the characters to equip, right? And even still, the other characters, they're still going to be fighting, so they're not going to lose out on experience. So you can't... Oh, I followed my advice, and I ignored Quicken, and then I used it again. Wasn't following my advice. Yeah, so I think like Final Fantasy VII, for example, you can prevent characters from getting experience by killing them off, but if they're outside of your party, they're going to get half of the experience anyway. You know, you can't avoid it. You can't force a certain distribution. It's going to, like Warren, Whitney, and Blake. Even though you can skew it, it can be done. You're not going to be able to just say like, oh yeah, just Warren. And that's just like one example of that. You know, another example in the case of this game is the fact that you don't know what spells you're going to get. So you can't be like, oh, I'll tell you what I'm going to do is I'm going to quick Blake with 4 Quickens, and I'm going to have 2 on Warren and Whitney, and I'm just going to use Quicken all the time, and it's like, well, I mean, you can do that, but you've got to get the Quickens. So you end up in an unusual situation. Anyway, look at Warren's health. He's approaching the big 20. I might actually, just for sure, I think I will, you know, I think what I'll do is I think I might gradually, I'm thinking, well, I want to save time, I don't want to mess about when I could be just leveling and stuff, but I think it would be nice to see how I cope, how I deal with Pandemonium at different stages, just to see like, right, okay, now I can get his health down by like 1/5 or 1/4 or whatever. I do think that would be interesting to see. So I might do that once I've finished this warp cycle. Yeah, next warp cycle I'm not going to be able to because I won't be able to do it all in time, probably. I'm kind of torn. But this is how I feel. See, there's another song reference that I made for you. Yeah, it's just a bit of faffing around, isn't it, with the spells and all that. But I wonder, can I get Warren to 20,000 before I do that? Because I'm wondering, because with 20,000 health, if he's at max health, he will definitely survive the annihilation of all things mortal. But of course it's a case of keeping people's health high. Because when I tried the last fight I ended up not using much in terms of spells, didn't I? I ended up banking quite a few. Well, not banking. Banking has its own terminology in this game, not banking. Floating mana, I guess. It's like the charge, like having my charges in reserve. Oh, I might be able to. Oh, yeah, I'll get Warren over 20,000 health. Look at that. How neato. $6,000 from a chaos. But yeah, there's going to be like a level of strength I can get to where it's a case of pandemonium is possible, it's just a nuisance. And it's going to get to the point where it's questionable whether I should just keep trying or do another warp cycle. Oh, Whitney one-shotting a mech. That's what I like to see. Yes, I think it was Whitney. Right. Orc, Ogre, Rock. I know I said it before, but I like how the Ogre looks more powerful, but it's got like less than a fifth. It's like nearly just 10% of the Orc's health. Do. Right. Do a few more fights and I'll go out and I'll try Pandemonium. And what I'll try to do is before I warp, I'll try to switch my spells back. Yeah, poison's a bit slow at this point, isn't it? Inner Demon. Nice, just one shot the drone. 2,000 damage. That Inner Demon could one shot a mech. Or a witch. Do. Don't want to step too far away from the exit. Luckily on 15,000. Right, come on, can I get another battle in? Right. Yeah, it'll be nice to see my progress, see how I do in the Pandemonium fight. See, it's been a long time since since the Pandemonium fight's been available, isn't it? Okay. Right, okay, so the next step has to be down. Right, counter it down. Leave. We won't go back to. I forgot. See, I left, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm in 23, which is why I'm up against that wall. Okay, let's just swap a few things around. So, switch Inner Demon for Step Mine. You. Take off Enhancer, put in Outer Essence. You. Take off Enhance and Quicken. Chaos. Outer Essence. Right. Okay, let's give this a go. Let's see how we fare. So it's Unprecedented Metamorphosis. Heals like 5 or 6. So a bunch of attacks. It's like, see, we get the bar goes down. It's just it just really slows it down. It's just very slow, and it can, like, when it keeps doing that, it's like undoing so much of what we're doing to it. Right, yeah, get a poison on it. No. Yeah, the damage it's doing is very minor, it's just a case of... Right, it's Outer Essence that. That's a nice Outer Essence, I like that. I've got to say, we're taking his health down more than I thought. Oh, regenerate all. No. Don't Step Mine just yet. Come on, regenerate all. Outer Essence, fine. Legend of All Things Mortal. Ah! Warren survived it. And the Unprecedented Metamorphosis. Yeah, this is just... got no chance. Got no chance now, we just Warren. Warren at the helm. Just gotta wait it out now. Right, and Warren is dead. Annihilation of All Things Mortal? Yeah. Interesting. Managed to get it down by quite a bit. Let's give that another go. Whitney, your health is really far down. I don't want to Step Mine just yet. Get some healing going. Can I have a regenerate all, please? Whilst it's doing an Unprecedented Metamorphosis, it's like I don't have to worry about attacking it. That's my feeling. Come on now. Right, Ruination, Devastation, just that's Outer Essence just to get some heals going. Oh, well, 2 of them are dead. Or at least, well, 1 of them's dead. Okay. And Blake's now dead. Okay. So, I mean, I could keep fighting just to see how far I can get it down, but really there's no need because I can see that, yeah, I can't beat this thing, but Yeah. Okay. Well, let's put our old equipment back on. So auto resonance off, enhance, chaos off, and put quicken on. You in a demon? No. Yeah, in a demon. I might actually put that quake on at some point, just for the attract. When I get a bit more powerful, maybe. What did you have on? You had enhanced, didn't you? And you? Right. So I get Direct Ally Shift, Heal, Restore All. Okay. Well. Right. I'm looking at the attracts. I mean, really, I should be looking at the boost as well. But there's some things here where it's like, well, obviously just get rid of that. You should have rage on. Okay. That's got 2 boosts. And the demon's got nothing that I want really. Just does a lot of damage. Quake has got an attract and a boost. Yeah, I'll delete in the demon, I'll give you Quake instead. Yeah, get rid of Pyroblast. Regenerate all. I mean, that's got again. I mean, that's good. I want to keep that, but it's not really helping me level, is it? Right. Okay. That's got attract and 2 boosts. It's got 2 boosts. Right. Attract. That's not got attract. That's got attract and 2 boosts. It's got attract. That's got 2 boosts. Should I? No. No, I'll leave that on. Get rid of the analyze. Right, okay. Right. So my max encounter rate is now at 190%. It's good. Well, I've not got much time, but I've got a bit of time after that pandemonium fight. I'm gonna go back there. And look at that, Blake's health is almost at 10,000 before I start, like at the start of a warp cycle. So what I think I might do is I might skip out fighting Pandemonium next time. Next time I'll just have a full training session. Killed the leprechaun at the back. Yeah, next time I'll just have a full training session, and then I'll the time after that I'll have one training session followed by a Pandemonium fight. And see how we'll go from there. But yeah, I haven't got long left, so I'm gonna go to... Tell you what, I'll just go into 18. I'll just train up here for a bit before I end the session. Yeah, and there's the benefit of Quake, like I said before. The benefit of Quake with the whole like if this then that. The things with Quake is that you already know beforehand if this condition is met or not, so you can choose to use it based off that. Like now, Quake is like, well, yeah, I know one of them's flying, but I don't know what their elements are. So yeah, I'll stay for like 10 minutes or so. Actually, probably a bit less because I'll need to check through my new spells. Oh, no point using that now, there's only one enemy. I think there's no point using Rage. Have I got my encounter rate turned up? I bloody well hope so. Yeah. No point to Quick. See, that's what I mean, I can just choose to not use it and do other things. So that's the advantage. doo, doobie doobie doo. I'm really quieting down, I know. There's not much to say, really. Well, there's a bit more experience for me. There's not a bit more. Oh, nice quick opportunity there. Can I crit in one hit? No. See, Whitney's almost at 10,000 health now. Early on in the warp cycle. Nice kill. Alright, let's do one more fight, I think. Then I'll warp. I see, Whitney. 10,000 health. Let's actually make a note. So, it's a bit less now because I just had a fight and walked a bit, but... Well, I mean, it could be different. I take all the enchantments off and everything, but let's see how many chronometers I'm at when she hits 10. Now that she's hit 10,000. Right, so like 300 or so chronometers. Less than that even. Okay. All rubbish. Let's be diligent and careful as to not to delete good spells. Right, no, I'll keep Holy Blast on, I think. I'll keep it. I just won't get rid of it. Step Mine, I'll keep it, just in case. Right, okay, so, it's a lot of grinding done. Gonna just grind some more next time. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Oh, actually, hold on. Turn my encounter rate down. Save. Right. Thank you for watching. I'll see you all next time.